Oh my goodness, I am so excited because I feel like I've officially hit a milestone for being part of the Booktube community, which is I've been tagged officially by name in another Booktuber's tag video. Emily Rose over on her channel created a Booktube tag called the Booktube baby tag, where she has some questions that she wanted to ask, and was so gracious as to, she said so many nice things about my channel in that video. First of all, just seeing myself tagged blew my mind, and then second of all, she not only tagged me, but she was very, very kind with the things that she said about my channel and my reviews, and the community in general. And I am so blessed and so thankful. And I feel like I'm actually like in a community now with people that I can talk to back and forth. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they're thinking about books now that I see that they're reading them. They show up on their TBRs. I'm looking forward to their wrap-ups. And it's so wonderful to be here. Like I said, this tag is created by Emily Rose. I will link her channel down below. So I don't know if this is true for everybody, but for me, when I joined Booktube, I did a ton of searching to try to find other Booktube channels that are also semi-new, and I wanted to make friends with those people so that maybe we could like become friends, become part of the community, and we could all rise up together. And it almost feels like the class of, a couple months ago, Booktube. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of how it works in my head. So I feel like I have just a certain camaraderie with certain channels because we were basically created at the same time and we're kind of growing together, and it's awesome. Emily Rose, the creator of the Booktube baby tag, joined about the same time that I have. And like I said, you should go check out her channel. Link is down below. So the first question in the Booktube baby tag: what has been the most exciting part of being on Booktube? So it's a combination of things for me. One, I love being part of the community. I love getting to know people through their bookish interests, and then being able to have conversations with those people and then develop book friendships because of that. That's one. And then the other is I can't describe how thankful I am for being able to be working in a community where I feel like I'm creating something, and I feel like I'm putting myself out there a little bit, putting myself out in a way. I don't know, it just makes me nervous, and I'm putting a little bit of like emotional investment into the videos that I'm making, like book review. I don't know, it just feels a little nerve-wracking to be talking so emotionally about the books that I'm reading, and then I put these together in a way that's a little bit different than what what normally seems to be the formula on Booktube. And when I put those videos up, I said this in another video before, but when I put those videos up, part of my brain always says, you think you're doing something that's kind of cool, but it's really not as cool as you think it is. And, I can show it to my friends and family. And of course, they're very genuine and supportive. And there is just something incredibly personally validating about investing time and editing and emotional vulnerabilities in the reviews the way that I do. And then to see them succeed in a way where people like them, people I don't know, that have no attachment to me and have no reason to say nice things about the videos that I'm making, say something nice about the videos that I'm making. And I am so thankful for all of the people that have been so encouraging there, because it's just, I've always wanted to do creative things, to have a creative outlet, and to see that paying off in a way where other people are able to see it and also say that it is worth something. It's not just a waste of my time, is incredible. The next question: what has been the most discouraging part about being on Booktube? Sometimes it's a little discouraging, I guess, to see other channels grow faster than you, but it's not like I want those people to not succeed. And I also feel like people have been so supportive to my channel, and it's doing very well considering how long I've been here. So that just feels like a needless complaint. I'm not sure, really. It's not really discouraging, but I feel like sometimes there's just you look at the books that you're reading and the amount of time and effort it's going to take to like actually put in the work to get the video to the upload. And that's a little bit discouraging, but that's more just laziness, I guess, than discouragement of the community. I don't know. I may have to get back to everyone on that one. Question 3. What was your favorite video that you posted to Booktube? For me, I guess I'm going to have to say my Recursion review. The thing about the Recursion review was I was watching a lot of Booktube and watching a lot of video reviews of these books and trying to think of a way to talk about books that would be like more unique to the way that I think about books and may stand out in a way that would be interesting to people, even if they didn't necessarily want to read the book. So a lot of times when you post a certain book review, if you post it without spoilers, if somebody wants to read the book, but they haven't yet, they'll watch that. If you post it with spoilers, then people will only watch the video unless they kind of don't care, but they are kind of interested in the book, or they've read the book and they just want to see what other people's thoughts are. Those are all very useful things. But I was hoping to be able to post a video review about a book where you could get something out of it, even if you hadn't read the book or didn't plan on reading the book. You could still kind of understand the emotional impact of the book. At the same time, if I was reviewing a positive book, I wanted to present it in a way that made someone who had no interest in the book at least second guess it. Now, everyone has their own preferences. I'm not saying like everybody needs to read the books that I like, but I wanted to talk about the books that I loved in a way where that love came across in the strongest form possible. So yeah, for me, when I posted my Recursion review, it was my first attempt at doing this like different style of book review. And I was afraid it was okay, like for real, I was afraid it was going to come across as super corny and like, I don't know, fluffy or whatever. Like, it's definitely kind of sappy. There's no way around it, but at the same time, there was no way for me to get across my passion for the themes of the book without just really potentially sounded kind of silly. But I feel like the people that saw that video saw through the potential silliness to what I was trying to get across. And so like, just for sheer nervousness and excitement and then just payoff, I want to say probably my Recursion review, my first book review on this channel. Question 4, what has been your favorite comment posted on your channel thus far? I feel like this is an opportunity for me to be like self-indulgent. I don't want to be super self-indulgent, but people have been so encouraging to me with the comments on my videos. And I will say that people that recognized the like different ways that I tried to review books and maybe some of the extra efforts or like thought patterns it took to get there, and they commented about it, those people who of course said that those reviews were good, the people that helped me feel like I was doing something that was good, those people really, really helped encourage me. And so like that is it personally, just like reading someone's comments that you have no idea who they are and them say something that you really put yourself into was really good or really affected them in some way. Those comments mean so much to me, and I'm so thankful for you people. Nikki from I Read Past My Bedtime said such sweet things. In fact, she just straight up cold retweeted one of my reviews before I even was familiar with her channel, and the things that she said, the kind words that she said when talking about my review for the book Little Darlings, just it was so encouraging, and it makes me want to keep doing this. The Fifth Eliot, Deanie, Emily Rose, Sarah Hart's books, all of you people have said such sweet and nice things in the comment sections of my videos. I'm so grateful for those words of encouragement, the positivity that you guys bring to me when I see the notifications pop up and you've said that the thing that I've made was of interest to you. Thank you guys. The next question, who is my biggest fan? Now, I this is a little sappy, but I have to say this. I am married to a wonderful woman. I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. and a new baby on the way. And for me to be able to, put the kids to bed and then come down here and then spend time talking into my phone with a bunch of lights around me in front of the screen, and then sit in front of my computer and edit the video until I sound as little like an idiot as possible. And then I put it up for strangers to say nice or mean things about me, depending on what they think. The fact that my wife allows me to do this, and she's so supportive in it, and she really values me having this creative outlet and allows me to have the time to spend on this channel and the effort that it takes to do on this channel. I'm so grateful for that. And so, she is my number one fan. I also happen to be her number one fan. I think that's why we got married. Not to be too sappy, of course. As far as just like the most consistent people who have been really encouraging to my channel, all the people I mentioned before, but like they're, ever since I started with the Booktube newbie tag, Deanie and the CodeXCantina guys have been extremely consistent at watching the content that I put out and encouraging me or asking good questions. It's been, those people are just like super reliable, and I'm very thankful for their bringing me into this Booktube community. The final question: who is my favorite new Booktuber? Now, I don't want to just pick favorites here, so I'm going to list a bunch of people. Obviously, the person that tagged me in this video, Emily Rose, she is part of this like starting new Booktube class, same time as me, so I definitely will say Emily Rose. And then I also wanted to shout out some other awesome smaller Booktube channels that aren't necessarily like baby as in 1 month old, but then people that have also smaller channels and have been around a smaller amount of time. And in fact, I want to use this opportunity to tag those people to do this challenge for themselves. For those people that I'm tagging who have been around a bit longer, I don't mean to be an insult by calling you Booktube babies, even if you've been around a little bit longer. But if you have a smaller channel and I'm tagging you right now, I genuinely want to hear your answers to these questions. I'm curious. So first person, Sarah Hart's Books, consider yourself tagged. You are one of the first channels that I found when I was first looking for smaller channels to try to like become communal with. And your channel is so fun. And while we have some interests that cross over, like fantasy, you also read a lot of books that I normally wouldn't. Some of the cozy mysteries, especially like the baking themed ones that you've been talking about. And you recently mentioned that you work at a bakery. Like, I like hearing your thoughts on those, and your like positive energy is super fun to watch. Even when you're talking about books I don't necessarily care about as much. Consider yourself tagged. Next call out is the first Booktube channel that I ever really liked. When I was kind of looking for Booktube channels at the beginning of my interest in Booktube, there were some bigger Booktubers that I just didn't click as well with. And so I intentionally went searching for smaller Booktube channels to see what that scene looked like. And the very first channel that I found there was the channel Bookish Burrow with Dana. Her energy and enthusiasm is super fun to watch. She really likes to read YA fantasy and science fiction, and her opinions and her thoughts are well thought out and explained. And so, Bookish Burrow, consider yourself tagged. KC from Lost in a Bookcase, you were one of the first people to comment on my Booktube newbie tag. I went and checked out your channel and your Booktube newbie tag and have been watching your videos since. Your extreme, maybe slightly confusing love for the book Eldest, your sense of humor, and your high energy videos are always really entertaining to watch. And you're a super active member of the community, checking out all types of videos. I see your comments all over the place when I'm browsing Booktube. Consider yourself tagged. And last but not least, I want to talk about the guys over at CodeXCantina. I don't know if you guys respond to Booktube tags. If you do, consider yourself tagged. I want to see your answers to these questions. But since I'm still answering the tag question, who's your favorite new Booktuber, these guys definitely have to be on the list. And I want to give a brief little shout out to them. These guys do really smart, analytical, deep dives into the themes of literary fiction and like smarter books than most of the things that I would ever read. While most of Booktube is over here talking about a certain thing, they are bold and unashamed of their interest in a completely other type of book than most of BookTube, and they are looking at the books in a way that is just above the heads of myself and other people, but in a way that's fascinating, and I feel like I'm learning things when I watch their video. It's helping me understand how to read books better, or see things in the things that they're reading that I tried to read along and stumble through that I never would have seen otherwise. If you guys respond to this kind of thing, consider yourselves tagged. Otherwise, I just want people to go check out that channel if that sounds interesting at all to you. Not to mention, these guys have been consistent commenters on my channel, which I find extremely humbling, because I feel like they're talking about books on a whole other level than I am able to even think about them at this point. And yet I feel like I'm just kind of like fumbling through some of these book reviews talking about like, oh, the book made me feel this way really strongly. And they're constantly watching my videos and commenting on them and saying such nice and positive things, when I feel like I should not even be in the same book discussion pool that those guys are in. They're really smart and awesome. You should check their channel out. And that's the end of the tag. Thank you, Emily Rose, for creating the tag and for tagging me in it, and for your part in this awesome community that is BookTube. Thank you, everyone, for watching the video this far. Please check out all the channels that I talked about. I'm going to link them all below. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more of the content that I have, or check out the reviews that I keep talking about that I do that are weird or emotional or whatever, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you can get notifications whenever I post new ones. We've entered the holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or the other holidays that you may celebrate during this time. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Tickets from 1 to 92. Although it's been said